Mm, mm.
Down this bed, boy, real quick. Yeah, these wings.
Yeah, we live. Another overreaction Monday. Got a
My
lot of
dog got
good.
the guns out this morning.
Man, I got me a little work. got me a workout this morning,
You
man.
must
Feeling good.
you must be fresh off a boxing workout or something.
Fresh off the boxing workout. Oh
Oh, you
yeah,
got your
and
mug. Let me
I
see your
got
mug.
I got my mug. I got shout out to my man Ish, man. Long time friend, man. I got yours on the way too, D Butt.
Yeah, I need that. Need that.
Yeah. The man pop. Shout out Ish. But yeah, that boxing workout was it was crucial this morning.
You getting in the ring? What's up, man? Nate Robinson said he's trying to get his second shot at it, man. You gonna
Nah,
go
I'm
get Jake? You gonna knock Jake Paul out for us?
nah, man. I'm chilling, man. I'm gonna stay in the crib with mine. I'm gonna stay in the crib with mine.
How was your weekend, though, man?
Man, great weekend, man. I'm tired, man. I already know you know. Shit, it's Christmas, man. All these gifts,
Ooh.
putting them together. Um, my daughter, my son, man, they won't let me live, man. Daddy, let's play this. Let's play this. Let's play this. But I love it, man. Seeing them with
Love it.
smiles on their
Yep.
faces, man. Couldn't ask for, a better Christmas, man. How about you?
Same, man. Same. Obviously the kids, but for us, it was obviously with this year with all the difficulties with everybody, man, and for us, we they had their gifts and they enjoyed them, but I always try to make them realize that everybody out here not able to experience the things that they are. So we did a lot for, just like you've been doing a lot for the community. So we had a toy drive, we had some other things. As young kids, it's hard to kind of think outside of yourself, like, hey man.
Yeah.
So for them, when they had the Christmas list or whatever, I told them going into it, like, hey, y'all not getting gifts this year. This year's all about giving back. So whatever you put on your Christmas list, that's what we get for other kids. So
Yeah.
and they was all in. They wasn't tripping at all. So but it, woke up, had the gifts under the tree Christmas morning. They enjoyed it. And like you said, put them together, man. That'd be the
Woo.
tough part. But it's a
Nah,
blessing,
for real.
man. We had some good football this weekend, some basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was a great weekend, man.
Nah, that's
Great
dope, man.
weekend.
I want like what you was just talking about as far as like your telling your daughters, man, as far as giving back. I kind of so my daughter's 7, my son 4. I got a 1 year old, so I'm talking to the 7 4 year old like, all right, we gonna clean your closets out. We gonna clean the play closet out and all that because
Hmm.
they probably play with 4 toys at the most. So I'm
Yeah.
like, what we got to do. We got to clean this closet out, and like you just said, we got to donate this stuff to kids. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting them down, just kind of trying to explain, like, what y'all
Hmm.
wake up to every day is not the norm. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's not the norm. So it's definitely you definitely got to put that bug in their ear as early as possible, man.
that's for sure, man.
Like
That's
you
for
said,
sure.
it's 2020, man. Been real on a lot of families, man.
Been a trying year. Got 2021 coming up, man. You got any you do New Year's resolutions?
I don't do a per se a New Year's resolution, but it's just things that I'm looking forward to, man. Things I'm
Hmm.
looking forward to, just as far as and really I keep it simple, man. It's just kind of like my prayer at night.
Hmm.
Help me become a better man, a better person, a better father, a better husband, and a better friend. You know what I mean? So if I feel as though I can go into my day thinking that way, I go into my year thinking that way. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel as though I'll come out positive on the other end. So
That's what's up. That's
how about
what's
you?
up, man. I want to be more intentional with creating and spending time with my loved ones, family, friends. This year I feel like everybody has probably lost at least somebody. Not only COVID, but other things. I lost some people. I lost a very close friend of mine on Christmas Eve, actually.
Yeah.
And and I had been meaning to reach out to him and hang out with him and just connect with him and didn't get the chance to. And then even with the kids, the kids being home a lot more. You feel like you're spending so much more time with them, but maybe you're working on your own stuff or doing other things that it's like you don't really have that intentional time where it's like, all right, let me set aside these couple hours to do this or do that. So I want to be more intentional with that and get more sleep too. I've been I've
Yeah.
been I've been I've been staying up too late,
You gotta
doing
get
nothing.
off. You gotta get off that clubhouse.
Clubhouse, you have to be poking it out sometimes. But nah, I done kind of got off Clubhouse, honestly, for the most part,
Yeah.
outside of our room on Sundays, Sunday night, which was real dope. Last night we had Willie Anderson, should be a
Shout out.
Hall of Famer pretty soon. And he
OG.
yeah, OG in the game, man. He dropped a lot of gems last night. So it was dope, man. But yeah, those two things, man, being more intentional with my time and sleep, creating great sleep habits. Because I know when I did that in my football career, I saw the change immediately when I was getting
Yeah.
my 8 hours. So,
Yeah.
just doing that in my post career. So yeah, man, that's it.
That's what it is, man. That's what it is. But
Yep.
shit, 2021, man, we're gonna put it in the atmosphere, man. It's gonna be a hell of a year for everybody, man. We're gonna put it out in the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? For D Buck, for myself, for D Buck's family, for the Man and Man Pies, for the Man and Man Pod, for all our listeners.
Yep.
Everybody, man, we're gonna put that in the atmosphere, man.
Big things coming. Big things
Yeah,
coming.
great affirmations, man. So let's jump into it, man. Let's jump
do it.
into it. A lot of ball over the weekend. And I want to talk. The first thing I want to talk about is the Washington football team. I think it's been a lot of talk, man. Obviously they've been dealing with a lot since the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
With management.
Yep.
With obviously with Coach Rivera coming in and him battling cancer. From Alex Smith coming back, probably in my choice of comeback player of the year.
Yeah, as soon as he took a snap.
Exactly. Then you got Dwayne Haskins and what's been going on with him, man. What do you see What do you see the Washington football team? They're in a great spot right now. In a great spot. They're in the lead of the division, NFC East. They get a win next week. They'll win the division. They'll be in the playoffs. But as for Dwayne Haskins, the quarterback situation, where do you see this team right now, bro?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, they're in a great spot. Crazy to say record-wise in that division because they still are in control of their own destiny. But you're going into this week with relatively unknown at quarterback for a win and get in type situation. So not a good position to be in, man. And like you said, Rivera came over to kind of change that culture, which because everything was going, it was very, very tumultuous from the top down with the owner Dan Snyder, and then they hired Jason Wright as well, first black team president in league history, and they have been going in the right direction. Then you got Alex Smith coming, fighting through what he fought through, and then Dwayne Haskins tricking it off, like inexplicably, with his off the field stuff, and then going out there and following it up with a poor performance yesterday.
Yeah.
And we were both in this corner, but it's they're in a tough spot right now going forward because they don't really have a quarterback for the future. And fortunate to be in a position that they're in to win and get in, but I don't see it. I don't see them winning. I don't see them getting. I actually see some hope for the Cowboys, man. And we were in the clubhouse chat last night with our favorite Cowboys fans. Ashley's actually in. Ashley's one of them.
Yeah.
And they're ready for I wouldn't quite say a Super Bowl run, but they hype. They hype for a shot to get in, man. So I think Dallas is gonna sneak in.
That's crazy. That's crazy to say that, man.
I know that it's wild. It's wild.
Yeah.
But the football team tricked it off. Haskins tricked off his situation, man. It's sad to see, man. It's sad.
It is. So where you see it going from here for Haskins, man? Where do you see it going? Do you see him getting I think we both think he'll be out of Washington.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
going into this game without him playing, it's a wrap.
Yeah, so I feel as though he needs to go somewhere with a fresh start. Sit behind a quarterback for a year or two. get that maturation process, you know what I mean, as far as how to become a leader, how to become an NFL quarterback. And from that point, I think he will get a shot, somewhere down the line. But I think right now, man, I just think it's a rough situation. Not a rough situation, but just a tough spot for him right
Yeah.
now, professionally. You know what I mean?
And it's hard to feel bad for him because he brought a lot of it on himself. And like I said, if you're coming out in the draft with some of the immature question marks that were around him, and then you go into an organization and environment like the Washington football team was, that was a recipe for disaster. So my hope for him is to not only go to a better organization around him, but to also somebody just got to take him under his wing, take him under their wing, and just really just show him how to be like a pro, just on and
Yeah.
off the field, and especially not only a pro, but a professional quarterback. Like that is the ultimate leadership position in sports. Like you have to lead men, so you have to be able to lead yourself first and foremost. So, I always want guys to turn around and have a success story in the end. And it's a lot of road ahead for him, I believe. So
For
it's just
sure.
about getting him on the right track. And Benner, and I just want somebody he seems like one of them young guys. We all been around them. We all even been them at some point in my life. Somebody just got to grab you by the neck at some point and be like, hey, yo, like this is the opportunity you have right now. Like all the other shit can wait, bro.
Opportunity in a lifetime.
Of a
Opportunity in a lifetime.
lifetime, bro. You
Yeah.
got a chance to be you're talented enough to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. Like I truly believe that. It's about him taking care of the other things and getting in the line. But it's on him. It's on him at this point, man.
No,
It's on
for
him.
sure. For sure. For sure.
But yeah, but hold on, man. Hold on, man. We gotta go to me, lifetime Dolphin. Dolphins gotta win an unbelievable win against the Raiders. I think we all saw it on prime time.
Fitz magic, baby.
your guy, Ryan Fitzpatrick,
Magic.
came in. They went to the bullpen to pull Tua out of the game. My God, man, what you think about not only them being in the position that they're in, but the whole bullpen situation in that locker room for the Dolphins, man, and it's seeming to work out. Like, what you think about that?
We kind of talked about it, touched on it. I think we both kind of feel the same way. Where a lot of times this situation it doesn't work. You know what I mean? But for Miami, it's been working. You know what I mean? But I feel as though you gotta, at this point of the season, you gotta pick your quarterback. You got to pick your quarterback, and you got to ride or die with that decision that you make. And for me, watching the game, it's like, regardless, like even in basketball, right? Say you don't start, right? You don't start, but if you on the court at the end of the game, that's the most important time to be on the court, right? So in this situation where you pull Tua out in a clutch situation, a big time play, whatever the case may be, and you bring Fitz in, it's like you don't have 100% confidence in Tua.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's what I see. Whether I'm sitting on the couch and I'm looking at the game, I'm like, okay, you don't have 100% faith in Tua. You bring Fitz in when it really matters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, I've been saying it. I know you were big on put Tua in the game. We all know Tua is the future. That's hands down, no questions about that. Tua is the future. But I just felt as though Fitz and what the Miami Dolphins were doing at the time, it wasn't broke. Why switch it up? You know what I mean? So I'm still standing on that. 10 toes down. Fitz should be playing. But I know you might feel another way.
Nah, man. It's weird because I feel the same way. Definitely feel your sentiments as far as a player. Like when you're in that locker room, even probably as a fan, like you want your coach to make a choice and choose your guy. Whoever that is. Win, lose, or draw, good, bad, or ugly. This is our guy, whether it's a rookie or a 16-year vet. And then especially when you get to a position where now we need a 2-minute drive to win the game, and we're down this much in the fourth quarter, we need to get a quote unquote spark for the offense. I always feel like, man, if you got two quarterbacks, you got none. and it worked out against the Raiders, against their horrible situational defense. But how is that going to work out in the future against other opponents? And then what does that do for the mental for Tua? Like, what does that do for his confidence? What does that do for the teammates' confidence in him going down the future, going down the line? So it's working for him. Flores, he has that team, they're fully bought in, and the dynamic between Tua and Fitz, at least from the outside looking in for our eyes, it looks like it's fine and it's working,
Yeah.
which is crazy. You don't really see that in football, especially with quarterbacks. They're so territorial. Like, it's like, hey, this is my team. You've seen what happened in Philly. With Hurts coming in for a couple plays here and there, and him just being drafted, I felt like that was kind of the beginning and end for Wentz there. So I don't know. That's a tough spot to be in, and to play with your quarterbacks like that, man. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, man.
Yeah, Ace Boogie. Shout out Ace Boogie, man. So who starts next game?
They already came out and said it's gonna be Tua.
Tua?
They're going back to Tua. I would have said you might as well go with Fitz at this point. He does a better job of moving the offense. The defense is obviously playing tremendous. You got, in our opinion, the defensive player of the year with Xavier Howard.
For sure.
You got guys out there. So Tua's gonna be the guy. It don't make sense to me, honestly. It truly doesn't. I say I'm with you now. Go with Fitz. And I was all for putting Tua in there from the jump. But if you're gonna put him in there, ride out with him. You know what I mean? It's no going back and forth at that point. But we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. Flores looking like the coach of the year right now, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, we had Tomlin in the lead, but with them losing 3 in a row, man, it was looking rough for the Steelers. I guess that's a good segue right there. With the Pittsburgh Steelers, man, coming up with a big win against our Colts, man. Do you think that obviously for the Steelers, that was a huge win for them, coming off 3 consecutive losses.
Had one in a month.
Had a one in a month, and then obviously, do you think that's they crown the NFC North winners? So how do you feel about them going into the playoffs? You still think they are pretenders? You still think they're contenders? What you think?
Man, so now they're in a situation where they can actually rest their starters in Week 17. I believe they play the Browns, right?
Yeah, they shouldn't do that.
That's what I was about to say. Actually, I was going to ask you, what's your opinion on that? Now that they're in, and I think they can only go for the 2 or 3 seed. What's your opinion on what they do this last week?
I think they need to play. I think they need to play and play well. That's just my opinion. Just those 3 consecutive losses. They started off slow against the Colts. Obviously, they picked it up, but I think they need to, play really well just to get that momentum going into the playoffs, because they're not gonna get the first round bye. So I think they need to get that momentum going.
Yeah, I agree with you 1,000%. Obviously health-wise, a lot of people why they rest play, and I was a part of a team who we had my rookie year actually, and I didn't really understand how all this worked at this time. But rookie year, we already had our playoff spot locked up, but we weren't playing at the level that Belichick and Brady and everybody felt like we needed to be playing. So we went out there and played our starters Week 17, and we actually lost Walker, so he got injured. Tore his ACL, so we missed him for the playoffs. We ended up losing, I think, in a wild card round to the Ravens. But so it can be some bad things that come from playing your players when you don't necessarily need to. But when you've been playing how the Steelers have this last month, and to finally come out and get a win, I think you build on that momentum. You try to go out here and play well and get another win, and just get hot and get rolling going into the playoffs. They started off 11-0, and then had one of the biggest drop-offs I've ever seen. So they need this. They need this in a big way.
Yeah, because I don't think anybody's actually going into the game thinking about getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? That comes with the game. In y'all case, like, how did y'all feel when Walker did go down? Were y'all feeling like, damn, like we should have sat our starters, or was it like, that's part of the game?
Yeah. So like you said, it's part of the game. And you know how hindsight is. It's
Yeah,
like once it happens, like damn man, 80,
yeah,
83 shouldn't even been out there.
right.
But you know, Brady was out there, so shit. If Brady out there, you know, anybody could be out there. But we did sit certain guys. You know what I mean? So if it's a guy that's been nursing or playing through a shoulder or ankle or something, and it's like, all right, we got the spot locked up, we'll sit that guy and play somebody else. But you know, we felt shitty for Wes. We felt shitty for the team. It took a lot out of us because Wes was one of those guys who was, you know, he was a critical player. You know, we needed a big play to move the sticks. Like he was the go-to guy. So it was a big hit for our team. But you know, like you said, we going out there to play ball. So if you suit up, you go out there to play. You going out there to win and to play hard, play the right way. But you know, sometimes in football that happens. So it just kind of came with the territory, I guess.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah,
I feel
man.
you. So shit, man. You know, staying in that division
Mm-hmm.
with the Steelers. So we got the Ravens, man. Ravens, man. You know, there was a lot of talk about them in the middle of the season, man.
Mm-hmm.
Them taking some L's. You know, Lamar Jackson. Um, yada
A lot
yada,
of
whatever.
Ravens.
A lot of talk, man. But now they playing some really good ball. And they playing really good ball at the right time. I think we've already kind of talked about it where the Ravens is not a team that you kind of want to see in the playoffs right now.
Not right now.
Not right now. They're
Yeah.
hot right now. They rocking. They're gelling together. Right now, we gotta look this up. Right now, if the playoffs will start today, the Ravens will be in. Right, they will have the last spot. Right,
Yep. Now the Browns in the last spot right now.
Browns are on the last spot.
So right now on the AFC side, it's the Steelers. I'm not the Steelers. The Chiefs won. The
Yep.
Steelers 2, Bills 3, and obviously the Bills play tonight. Titans 4, Dolphins 5, Ravens 6, and the Browns are in the 7th place right now. And the Browns are basically in a win and they're in situation. So they beat the Steelers. You know they're in the game. I mean they're in the dance. So that's what they play on Sunday, right? The Steelers this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they don't need any help. So yeah, the Ravens, man. Lamar's playing ball. The defense is playing all right. Dez is coming along. He got back-to-back games
Back to
now
back.
with touchdowns. First time for him since 2017. So can he be that guy that continues to grow his role on that team, which they desperately need?
Yeah.
But right now, out of that division, they're the scariest team that I wouldn't want to see. You know, once Browns gets their weapons back, maybe it's them. But we'll see. They took a ugly loss yesterday to the Jets.
Ugly loss.
Man, so you kind of got the Ravens kind of trending up, and the Browns and the Steelers kind of. I guess the Steelers. I guess you can have them
Steelers. Yeah.
even
You
right
can.
now.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, because they beat a good coach team. It's a
A
good
good
coach
coach
team that
team.
they beat.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Ravens. I would say I would agree with you. They're the scariest team coming out of
Scary.
that division.
Yeah. This AFC, man, it's gonna be some good matchups.
Yeah, it's gonna be. You got the 10-5 Colts right now in the bubble. You
On
know,
the
we need
bubble.
help. We need
Yeah.
help. We got to beat the Jaguars our last game, and then we need help from some other teams. So it's gonna be an interesting finish on that AFC side. But I know you like the Chiefs. That's still your favorite on that side.
Yeah. You
I
said you
done lean.
don't. You said you leaning out. You going against the field. You going with the field. You going
I'm
with the
going.
field.
I'm going with the field, man, and specifically, especially if so, the Patriots have had Josh Allen's number so far. You know, he struggled against him week 8 this year, struggled against him in his career overall. If he comes out and plays well against Belichick and the Patriots tonight, and then obviously they go handle business next week, they'll probably be my favorite coming out of the AFC. If he can get that, because everybody know like this, it's kind of like a little block, a little mental, physical block when it comes to beating Belichick, regardless of what that team is. Peyton had to go through it. You know, all these different quarterbacks had to go through it. Luck struggled with him. So if he can get that, I think that'll be huge for the Bills going forward. So I might take the Bills over, man. The Chiefs should have lost yesterday.
Man, shoulda, woulda, coulda, man. I don't care about none of that, man.
Chiefs should have lost yesterday, man.
The Chiefs, man, they're 14-1, and I got to tell you, as you know, coming off a Super Bowl winning season, you know, you're gonna get everybody's best shot. I'm talking about, they throwing haymakers at you. So for them to
Okay,
be,
but the Atlanta Falcons haymaker, like, what?
yo,
Come on, man. That's like
look. Atlanta,
that's a Nate Robinson haymaker.
chill out. Somebody said it. It might have been Ryan Clark. Somebody said it on Twitter. Like the Falcons. I don't want to sound too crazy.
I was about to say,
the Falcons play good ball 90% of the game.
Look, man. The Falcons are the Falcons.
The Falcons are the Falcons. They blow leads and all that, but what I'm saying is, regardless, and we're not talking about the Falcons right now, but the Kansas City Chiefs, man, they 14-1, coming off a Super Bowl winning season. They're gonna get everybody best shot, and they winning. They finding ways to win. And at the end of the day, that's all you want. You want W's. You know what I mean? So I'm not against you where you say you'll take the Bills because the Bills are playing well, but I can't go against Pete Mahomes and company.
And I 1000% respect that. But all I'm telling you is we've been talking about it for a couple weeks now. Chiefs, man, they look like they're. I was on with Doug Gottlieb last week, and he said Chiefs look like a team that they play with their food. Like they're so talented that they just playing around until it's time to, all right, we got to go out and get a win.
And they win, right?
And bruh, if AJ Terrell, if anybody in this chat wants that Falcons Chiefs
say it again. Say the whole comment again.
Right before the 2-minute warning, if AJ Terrell comes down with that pick, it's game over.
Say it one more time.
It's game over, man. It's game over. So you can't.
Yeah,
if
it would have been a great play by him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they try to challenge that shit, but it would have been a great play by AJ Terrell. But he didn't make the play.
You're right though. If was a fifth, we'll
exactly.
All be
drunk. That's all we want to do is win.
Hey, 14-1 right now.
14-1. So
but that's the same thing we were saying about the Steelers when they were 11-0. Hey man, they finding ways to win, and everybody like, yeah, but this don't look like a.
And
so I feel you, but I don't know. I feel you. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not knocking your pick because, like I said, the Bills are playing really, really good ball right now. So I'm not knocking you, but I'm just, if I was a betting man, I'm gonna bet with Kansas City.
You're going with Kansas City. That's a bet.
I'm going with Kansas City.
So who will be your sleeper on that AFC side to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl?
Who will be?
So you got. So anybody outside of the Chiefs and the Bills, I think, would be I guess a surprise to represent AFC at this point.
I'm gonna go Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one.
I'm gonna go.
You know what? I'm gonna go Colts. I said the Colts find a way to get in, because one thing about the Colts in that loss yesterday, they were missing there. That's why I picked the Steelers yesterday to win that game, because they were missing Braden Smith, who's been playing great this year at the right tackle position. And they were also missing Anthony Costanzo. So they're missing both their starting tackles against the Steelers, who lead the NFL in sacks. And they had 5 yesterday. Even on the last play, he got to Phillip and hit him before he could get a good pass off. So I say if they get back healthy, I still think the Colts can knock off anybody on the AFC side.
But you know what? That loss yesterday, I'm gonna put that on the defense.
Yeah, you're up 17 in the second half. Damn right.
I put that on defense. So I get what you're saying as far as your 2 starting tackles are out, but I got to put that L on the defense. Like you said, you up. Y'all playing well early, man. You gotta and the Colts defense. You got to. The Colts defense been playing really good ball this year. You gotta finish that off. Got to.
I agree with that. What about that NFC side? So I think we both picked the Titans to win in a cold Lambeau snow game like some idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Picked the damn Titans. I know I picked them because I thought they were going to feed Henry in the ugly weather game. Try to get him out. So that's why I went with them. But we both ignored, I think you might have sealed up that MVP, man.
A-Rod, yeah.
I think A-Rod might have sealed up that MVP. He's played. The Packers they should draft a quarterback every year. If he go play like this, man, but
Hell yeah.
he's complete 70% of his passes, like 4,000 yards, 40 something touchdowns, like 4 picks. Like it's just
It's crazy.
it's sick. Yeah, it's sick. Devontae
It's
Adams got
crazy.
17 touchdowns this year, and he done missed a couple games. They got AJ Dillon in the fold now, along with Aaron Jones. So a lot of weapons on that side of the ball. They're my favorite coming out of NFC right now.
I'm with you.
Who else you got? Who else you got in the mix, man?
I'm with
on
you.
the NFC side.
On the NFC side, man, you gotta. I feel as though you gotta put the Saints in there, and from there, man, I think it's. I'm trying to think.
I
think it's the Seahawks.
I don't know what's going on with Seahawks and that
Yeah.
offense, man. The defense is actually playing better down the stretch.
Yeah,
But on that offense, man, I don't know what happened to them, man.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Like after them two, man, it's kind of wide open. You look at the NFC East and Cowboys, Washington football team. Then you look at Seattle, you look at the Rams.
Playoff picture.
That Rams team is shaky. I was high on the Cardinals at one point in the time in the season. Like they've been up and down. So Tampa Bay possibly, they beat the brakes off
the Lions as they should.
Lions.
They should. I had 40 points, but I mean, yeah, as they should have.
Yeah.
The Cardinals, man, they disappointed me yesterday, man. I feel like I thought that was going to be their opportunity to get another win and get hot and run, but they dropped the ball in that game yesterday. I would probably I think Packers right now the favorite to come out representing the NFC.
Yep.
I would say Packers and Saints. So if you went anywhere outside of those, it would be kind of a.
I thought
I'm gonna go with Seattle, man. The Rams probably most likely gonna be golf may be done.
You going with Seattle for what?
I'm saying that would be my sleeper team
Your
to
sleeper
represent
team.
the NFC. Yeah, I think my favorite coming out is the Packers.
You know who else will be the sleeper?
Hold up. Don't say nothing crazy, man. Don't say nothing
Hey.
crazy on this podcast. Don't say the Bears or nothing like that.
Hey, exactly what I was about to say.
Mitch got you fooled too, huh?
Hey, he got me fooled. Money making Mitch. Money making Mitch, baby.
Maserati Mitch, man.
Hey,
he got him in the 7th spot right now.
7th spot. And bro, he's been playing.
He has.
And we already talk about the defense. The defense is a high caliber defense. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So all they needed was that offense to even give them a little bit of production. And he's been giving them that since he's was renamed the starter. So as a sleeper, that's what we talking about.
Boy, that's some ambient sleep right there. But that's some sleep.
Hey, shit. Is what we call this show?
It's an that's definitely an overreaction. But
Hey, we'll
like
see.
you said, he been a bit. I tell you what though, Mitch making himself a lot of money. Like you said, money making Mitch.
Money making Mitch.
He making himself a lot of money right now because 8 weeks ago we were probably talking about Mitch, being on another team, not being a backup somewhere, doing this, doing that. Now I think going into he have another couple games like this. Don't let him get a playoff win.
Oh man,
He's gonna be making 30 plus next year.
Yeah. So that's what I said. As a sleeper, if we talking sleepers, I wouldn't be surprised if they get in the playoffs. The defense plays well, get a little run game. Mitch,
shout out to Roquan Smith too. He had 2 picks yesterday.
Mitch do what he do, control the game, no turnovers. Who knows?
So Matt Nagy's job is safe.
Nah. Well, I think if they make it to the playoffs, and they get a win in the playoffs, I think he'll be good.
Okay.
I think he'll be good.
It'll be good. Job will be safe. Job secure.
Man, let's go. Let's jump to your favorite team. One of your favorite teams.
I got a few of them. Which one?
Yeah, the Jets.
The Jets. Speaking of job security,
Yeah, job
it's
security.
looking like who posted it? Somebody said it this morning. It was like, I think maybe Dominique Foxworth. It was like, man, hey, Adam Gase deserves credit. He deserves, got 2 wins at the end of the season. Man, I still think he should be out of there at the end of the season. I think now, they pretty much locked in that number 2 pick. I feel like because of the drop off between Trevor Lawrence and the other quarterbacks in the draft, they shouldn't even draft a quarterback. They should
Sam
trade
Darnold.
that. Stick with Sam Darnold. Trade that number 2 pick.
I
Trade it
agree.
back. Get some more draft capital. Fill some more of those holes that are on that roster. You got C.J. Mosley coming back next year too. He opted out this year on the defense side. So you got a bookend left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Willie Anderson was speaking high. What was that other tackle that's coming out in the draft this year? Sewell or something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sewell. Yep.
So if they got an opportunity to get him, maybe, and put another guy at that right side. But Adam Gase still got to get out of there, in my opinion. But you give Sam Darnold another shot, another coach, and see what you could do if you the Jets.
Yeah, man. I think and yeah, people are doing Sam Darnold bad, man. Sam Darnold was in a horrible, horrible situation, man. I think he can actually be successful in this league in the NFL, man. So, like you said, man, get some good coaching around him, man. Get him some weapons around him. I think he could do some things up there, up top in New York.
Yeah, man, I agree, man. So who coming out of this week? I got an answer, and I feel like this is the only correct answer. And after this, we can maybe get name some awards and then take some questions from the crowd. But who's your week 16 MVP, man?
Week
16 MVP.
MVP.
Or you want me to jump out the gate with mine? Like I said, I think there's only one. There's only one answer.
I'm gonna go A-Rod.
A-Rod, week 16 MVP, had a great game.
Yep.
Per use. That's pretty much on par for him. What was he? 21 for 25, 231, 4 TDs. But what AK 41 did down there with them 6 touchdowns should have been 7. That was crazy. And then you asked a question on Twitter because of the coach's comments after the game. Mike Zimmer, the Vikings head coach for the Vikings, he came out after the game and said, "This is the worst defensive unit I've ever coached."
Bro, I know, because I'm listening to that, and I know what my reaction would have been.
Yo.
So I ask the question to other guys that I have respect for that play the game. Like, man, what would y'all do on the defensive side of the ball? Your coach came out and said, "Yo, this is the worst defense." I'm like, yo, like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I've been on defenses where we've given up 50. Matter of fact, in that same stadium, like, you know what I mean? Playing against the Saints. Like,
yeah.
So I mean, I get it. I get the frustration, but as a leader, as a coach, like, and you can, like, even if we in the meet room and you like, look, guys, we are some shit. Yo, I could take that in the meet room. Like, yo, we some shit. And you gotta say we because you part of it. You know what I mean? You calling the plays or whatever the case may be, you putting us in these positions. Obviously, as players, we gotta execute. But if you say, yo, we are. But for him to come out, man, this is the we gotta sit down. We gotta have a conversation.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
and they're missing some key guys too.
Yeah, for sure. But at the end of the day, like, don't tell the media that, because if it was some situations, and we've both been in some situations where coaches have called some horrible games, they've made some horrible decisions in late game management or whatever the case may be. And if a player will come out and be like, man, this is some of the worst coaching I've been around, it will be a huge problem.
The smoke in the city.
Exactly. It's gonna be a huge problem. So all I say is, man, like, at the end of the day, we always have them meetings at the beginning of the season. And what's the conversation? We're in this together. We're in this together. We all in this together, man. Bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm with you.
And that had me hot.
Yeah, I'm with you. So you like I said, you give up that 50 burger. Like, that's part of it's gonna come with that. But I'm
Yeah.
cool with you saying that as long as you take some accountability right along with it. You know what I mean? You're a defensive coach, defensive minded coach, and you are the head coach of this football team. And obviously you played a part in, making decisions on the roster, who's here, who's not here. Rose went to Indy, he's played some good fall ball. Let Trent Waynes go. Drafted a lot of young guys, playing a lot of young guys in the secondary. Other guys across the front have been banged up. So I feel you, but that's something you can say to us in the defensive meet room. Like, hey, man, this some shit. I've been coaching in the NFL for 30 years. This is the worst unit I done coached. And then we have a conversation there. But for you to say that in front of the media,
Yeah.
that's wild, man. That's
Yeah.
wild.
So I seen somebody in here ask, as we talking about comments to the media, somebody just asked a question about JJ Watt, Jared Emmons, man. Have either of you guys been on a team where you would have said something similar to what JJ Watt said yesterday? I have. I would have said it in a team meeting,
Team meeting.
in a team meeting with
Ain't shit you gotta
coaches
say to the media.
and players are in there, and it's us. But
That's a
as far
fact.
as chill out, Sherry. But I just don't get what you I don't understand what you get out of sitting in front of the media and saying that. So now I'm like, okay, so who you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Put an address on number one, and
Yeah.
number two. I had the same exact thoughts. The first thing you said. That's some team meet shit. You say it to your guys. Hey man, blah blah. The fans did this, and if you don't want to be here, if you can't practice, if you can't that's nothing we need to say to anybody that's not in that building. Like, you are the unquestioned leader of that team. You've been
Mm-hmm.
there for your whole career. You've been, all pros and Walter Payton Man of the Year and everything. If you've earned the right to call out anybody in that building, pretty much. So have that conversation behind closed doors. And I don't know the whole context of it. Honestly, I didn't see the entire interview. I don't know what he was asked and what he answered. And I can understand him being upset after losing to the Bengals at this point in the season. But for me, it was a whole thing, and I felt like it was a little like, if I saw that as one of his teammates, honestly, I'd be like, that's kind of corny. That's kind of corny. Like, that's some shit
Nah,
you
ain't
say
that
behind closed doors. Like,
shit.
that's lame. That's shit for the birds.
Yeah,
That's
that's
my real opinion of it.
and that's mine too. I'm like why what are you getting out of this saying it to the media? Like,
Yeah,
if you really want to get something out of it, you talk to your guys. You know what I'm saying? You talk to your guys. You tell your guys that. And
and
that's
and and it's week 17 now, so I
and you
mean,
know what? And maybe he did. Like, we wasn't in the locker room, so maybe he did say that to the team
yeah.
after the game. But I still don't. I don't have to say that to the media. Like,
Yeah, that's a conversation we had behind
yeah,
closed
not closed
doors.
doors. Yeah,
But
yeah.
shoot, hey, I'm gonna take like a 1 minute break, and then when we come back, we can jump into these questions, man. So throw some questions in here, and let's get to it, man. See some of these overreactions. Brief intermission.
Man, shit, I'm gonna hang in here with y'all, man. What's good? I hope y'all all had a Merry Christmas. Um, you know, Happy New Year coming up, all that good stuff. But Ashley, she's still here talking about them damn Cowboys. A lot of good football. So what else y'all got? Put them questions in here. What did I get for Christmas? Man, I'm real simple, man. I don't ask for much. But I did get I got a book bag, a travel bag to put my like my microphone and camera and stuff when I do travel and gotta do the podcast. That's something that I kind of wanted. So the wifey got me a travel bag. So that was dope. Um and then I got some Tommy John stuff, some good underwear. Tommy John makes some good underwear. I got some Tommy John stuff, and all that good stuff. Is it Shala? Scholar? Man, appreciate you. Appreciate the support. As always. My MVP, I'm gonna go with A-Rod. I think he kind of sealed it yesterday. The type of win that they had against the Titans. As D-Buck said earlier, we both had the Titans winning. Thought they was going to feed Derrick Henry with the Green Bay run defense being a little suspect, and obviously with the conditions out there at Lambeau. So A-Rod came out, played big, and with Pat Mahomes, not gonna say a little struggling against the Falcons. I think A-Rod kind of sealed it, in my opinion. So that's who I'm gonna go with.
Boo, boo. Hey, Roger MVP. I think that's what I heard.
Yeah. Right now. AB, what do you think about our coach defense on the second half? Man, tell the two teams, man. First half, man, it was all good. And then second half, it was downhill. I don't know what it was. I know I'm looking at some of the stuff, man, like bad eyes. Some of it was good plays too. They get paid as well, but
that last one to Deontay, that was a dime.
Dime, yeah. So they get paid too. But at the end of the day, man, you up 17, and you trying to get into the playoffs, man. You gotta find a way to get that W. But I think the Colts come out next week with a big win, but we're gonna need some help.
Hate that at this point in the season. You gotta look around and get help from other teams. You want to be able to control your own destiny. You drop the ball there, man. And all year we have been doing great adjusting on defense, making second half adjustments. Our second half defense was phenomenal throughout the year. So for us to drop that ball in that game against the damn Steelers, that was big, man.
Yeah.
Ooh, excuse me.
Who jersey do I have, man? I got a bunch in here, man. I got Cam Chancellor up there. I got some Coach Grace, Luck, Reggie Wayne, Adam Vinatieri. I got my college teammate Ron Bartell. I got some other guys in here, man. I got a few. So let's get back to these questions, man. Let's talk some ball. That's a good question. Tom _Austin 10. Would the NFL do anything in the playoffs to avoid what the Broncos and Browns went through? That's a great question. I don't know. For them to even make the Broncos play without having a quarterback,
that was wild.
That was wild. The Browns didn't have any receivers, so I would hope they have some where a team could be at their best. But shit, who knows? The NFL probably like, well, if y'all not taking precautions or whatever the case may be to have all your players available, that's on y'all. But that's a hell of a question, Tom. What you think, D-Buck?
Yeah, I mean that's really on the teams and on the players. I don't think the NFL would change anything. It's not like we having any talks of a playoff bubble or anything like that. So it's really on the teams and the players to keep to keep being responsible. And whoever's the most responsible, they are going to have an advantage, a competitive advantage going into the playoffs. So maybe in those buildings, some things will be put into place. Like, hey, I know these have been the rules, but we tighten it down during this playoffs. We can't afford to lose anybody. So, yeah, we'll see. Maybe meetings will be adjusted. I know they already have been. So we'll see. We shall see. What else we got?
Let's stick with our coach. I ain't know this. Swiper.
I heard on the broadcast during the Colts game that Phillip Rivers will need off-season surgery on his foot. Do you think the Colts bring him back for one more year, or do they look to another option I've been well documented before before all the other talking heads picked it up and start making their predictions for next year. I think Carson Wentz will be the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts next year. Right back with Frank Wright. Jalen Hurts will be the starter going forward in Philly, even though he made a lot of rookie mistakes. Yesterday against the Cowboys, I think the future's still bright. So I think the Colts go after Wentz. They do the Eagles a favor by getting as much of his salary off their books, but I think I don't think they bring Phillip back. Phillip gave him, unless Phillip, if he goes for a run, that could change in a matter of 3-4 weeks. So I guess the jury's still out. If Phillip would go for a run, they keep him. I think give him another year or two. But if not, I think they go after Wentz. Whether y'all want him or not, y'all know.
Shit, as a Colts fan though, like former player on the Colts team, would you want to see Wentz leading?
You know what? If I would be a fan of the move, right? And this is why he had his most success with Frank Wright. He's benched now, and I don't know if you have any experience with being benched or been on the bench in NFL, but I do. And once you get benched and once you get humble and you start to see the game, you start to just appreciate things differently. You start to see the game from a different lens, and that can pay off. So coming in as a number 2 pick out of North Dakota State into Philly, having early success. Then your backup goes and win. They put a trophy up. Then they draft a guy. Now you bench. It's a lot of things you go through. And now you go to Indy. You go to a smaller market. You go to the coach that you had the most success with, that you're most comfortable with on and off the field. Or knowing all those things, I would be a fan of the move, honestly, because it's not like they're going to be drafting in position to draft a quarterback high. It's not like quarterbacks hit free agency. So I think Carson Wentz is, without a doubt, very, very, very talented. So I'll be a fan of it. You know what I mean? Unless you want to go with the rookie they drafted, Eason, which we haven't really seen him, or Brissett again, which I don't think they'll keep him. They obviously don't have faith in him. I'll be a fan of the Carson Wentz move. That's me personally.
Yeah. Say, Pepe says something, because this is a quarterback that I'm a fan of, that a lot of people be talking shit about, Matt Stafford. So
Stat Pafford.
Yeah. I would love to see Matt Stafford. Do you think is he last year of his deal?
I don't know if he's in the last year. I don't think so. I don't think he's ever seen last year's deal. Honestly, they keep bringing him up. But I think once that new GM and head coach comes in,
they probably get him out of there.
And then I think Stafford's camp also is going to be like, hey, time for a fresh start. This is what everybody thinks. So, which I think will be the right move. But depending on what other is available out there for the Lions, we don't know.
I wouldn't mind seeing Stafford in a Colts uniform.
I'll take Stafford before Wentz.
Yeah.
I would prefer Stafford before Wentz. I just see the path on getting Wentz as being better. And then with Wentz, he's younger too. So if you're really trying to go long term and you think that's a guy, and it's a lot of money, but the Colts have the money. And like I said, you're not going to be drafting high. And then you're only on the hook for maybe a year, maybe 2. Some of that's going to be on the Eagles book. So
I just couldn't. Can't see them dumping that much. I still can't see them dumping that much money into Wentz, man. You could do so much more. You have a great nucleus. You have a great team. You could add so many more other little pieces to that team, and still.
Wentz, what he gonna be making by next year? What he gonna be making? I mean, that's gonna be, that's gonna be par. That's pretty much what you're gonna have to pay a starting quarterback or franchise, and maybe he comes in, and if he sucks next year, you put in pieces in place to remove him. But all those pieces and all that shit don't matter unless you got a quarterback. They went out and paid $25 this year for Phillip, and you've seen the improvement and the turnaround for them.
But not that bag on Wentz though. Hell no. It's gonna take him a year or two to get his mental back.
Nah, man. I think his mental gonna be good once he go to
Once he get out of there, he gonna be
go to
good.
Indy. Once he go to Indy, I think if he goes to Indy, I think his mental will be much better, man.
What I got back there. Let me send Wentz a fifth because I know he on that bottle right now. Let me send him some. I know he owns some.
Man, a lot of people put Stafford with the Niners too, but yeah, we'll see.
We're gonna see. It'll be interesting.
Let's see what else we got.
Shit, there you go, D. Buck. Which current coach would you most want to play for? I already know who I'm gonna say. Shit, for and why.
Man, I like B. Flores, man. Brian Flores. I coach.
I was gonna say the same thing. Once I saw him run on the field and he was talking
that Cincy game.
Oh man, I'm like, I ride with him.
He came on the field. Yeah, that's my guy. He with us. He with us. Knee high to the tree. I'm with him. So I say B. Flo will be that guy. Andy Reid. I love Andy Reid, and everybody that I know that has played for Andy Reid speaks very, very highly of him. So he'll be another guy.
I like Coach Tomlin too, man.
Mike T.
He a hometown boy. I just know his personality. I like his personality. I like Mike T.
Straight shooter too.
Straight shooter. And also out in Tennessee. What's Tennessee? Damn, I just had brain fart.
Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel.
Former
player. So
I like Frank Wright too. It's a lot of coaches out there, man. There's a lot of good coaches out there.
What up, Chelsea? You at work? Chelsea, we ain't seen Chelsea in a minute. What up? Van Albright coming here all late and shit.
Van usually in here early, man. But yeah, man. We got a couple more. Y'all can go ahead and check out the Pat McAfee show. And check out that our last podcast too, man. We had Colts great, NFL great, great, future Hall of Famer Reggie Wayne. We had him on there, talk about, his journey to the NFL and to what he did. He has some Peyton Manning stories, some Marvin Harrison stories, some stories, man. It was we had the behind the scenes of him and Pat McAfee's relationship, and some of the alleged rumors. So go check that out, man. Check out the pod. Give us that 5-star rating and reviews. Like this stream. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Yeah. All that good shit, man. Working brothers killing roaches. Get the roaches, man.
Nah, that Reggie Wayne pod was dope, man. It's a 2-4. You know what I mean? Part 1 and part 2, man. So
is that good?
Hell yeah, y'all go check that out.
Rohan, listen. Shout out to Rohan.
Yeah,
that was a great listen. But yeah, man. What else we got? Somebody else put a question in here. I like the Bills to cover tonight. 7 points. I done had a stink week against the spread, but I like him to cover tonight, and I'm gonna take Josh Allen under that 276.5. So I think he hits the under on passing yards.
Over and under. Hey, what about the over and under? It's 40. He said 46.
It's 46.5.
I'll go under on that.
I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go over, man. I'm gonna go over. You going under? I'm going over. I say the Patriots probably find a way to put up 17-20. And I like the Bills to put up a good, at least 28-30. So I say over. It's 30. It should be 30-something degrees, pretty clear. I'm gonna take the over on that.
Yeah, I don't see.
Yeah, I helped Chelsea out. She said, "I need to pick a team to cover up this Vikings tattoo." Who am I picking? Go ahead and get that fish, make it that dolphin. Actually, it's a mammal. I don't know why people say the fish, but. Go ahead and get a dolphin, man. Get a dolphin or a horseshoe.
Yeah, that horseshoe. Yeah, that'll be tough to cover up the Vikings on with a horseshoe, though.
I know, Truck. They struggling to score, but
I was about to say the same thing. I'm like, I don't see.
They can't put up 17.
Nah.
Sheesh.
Nah, like that shit look bad, bro.
Man, Bash, don't say. Which Bash is it? I don't know if this is Bash, but if it is my boy Terrell Basham with that big strip sack yesterday, man. Shout out Basham out there. My young guy drafted him in the Colts, ended up trading him to the Jets. He's playing
Okay.
well, man. But
Shout out.
yeah, big shot, Bash, man. Baker Mayfield, man. Damn, he lost to the Jets. They threw the ball 53 times
Yeah,
down their top 4 receivers.
fumbled at the end of the
He
game.
had 3 fumbles. 3. At one at the end, he had the strip sack, which was, I just feel like, terrible just awareness. And he had one early, I believe, in the game. So 3 fumbles, that's tough. Rohan, shout out to Bitcoin. Bitcoin still on the run. Yeah, man. You got anything else, AB?
Nah, man. You know, be on the lookout this week, man, for another dope episode of the Man and Man. Again, man, we appreciate y'all checking in as always. Much love. Y'all grown with us, man.
Yes,
And
sir.
shit, man. Like D-Bus said, tell a friend, subscribe, and we'll see y'all soon.
Let's do it.
All right.